Hello, and welcome to my discussion about why my 5 reasons of why to be excited for the new Venom movie. Number one being it's Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's actually worked his butt off to get to where he is now, and I feel like he's an A-list actor. I actually feel like he's actually a great actor. As a matter of fact, I feel like the way he does things, the way that Tom Hardy's able to carry himself, you can actually believe that he's that character. Mad Max was definitely a great movie and everything. You can actually tell that there's depth to him. You can actually tell that he's in the zone whenever he's acting. You can actually tell that he's actually cares about the roles that he chooses and plays. Another thing too is it's actually a villain that we've been waiting for a long, long time to come to the big screen. Now, I get it. I get the fact, hey, look, we have Spider-Man 3. Venom was used. Eddie Brock, the guy from that 70s show, was actually in the movie playing Venom. That movie, in my honest opinion, was awful. It was god-awful. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was horrible. But this is actually a nice way to actually redeem itself with this whole entire thing. I get the fact that some people are complaining about there's no spider on his chest, but who's to say later on in the movie or whatever that that spider's not added on or anything. But it also could end up saying, hey, look, we're separating ourselves from the MCU to separate us from the MCU. We're not going to have that on there. But still, who cares? As long as the character is being portrayed in the right context, in the right way, couldn't care less about if they have the spider or not, as long as it's handled in the right way in the context that it's handled in. Another thing too is another thing that I like about this is number 3, by the way, that I actually like the fact that we actually have an actor who's actually great at what he does. Not only that, but you can actually tell in the trailer and everything that is very well put together. This movie is going to be a great horror movie. Great aspect to this whole entire thing compared to what the Spider-Man 3 movie was, which was just a bunch of crap thrown together. And, I didn't like emo Peter Parker at all. I didn't like that whole entire scene inside the club. That's not Venom. That's not who he is. And I like the fact that Tom Hardy doesn't even know what this thing is that took control of him. So he's having to figure out what's going on with his body, what's going on. Eddie Brock has to actually investigate what a symbiote is. He actually has to investigate and do things that he needs to do in order to actually figure out who he is and what he is now with this thing. And that's another horror suspense aspect to this whole entire thing, because we never actually saw this thing coming or anything like that. We never actually got a chance to actually root for the bad guys. Yes, we had Suicide Squad, but we didn't really have that whole entire middle ground where we're actually rooting for the bad guy in a movie. And we're wondering what this anti-hero thing is actually going to be about, if it's going to be an anti-hero thing. I'm hoping that they actually do put Peter Parker in this thing, because it doesn't make sense to me why not put Tom Holland in this movie and everything, since it's dealing with Venom. But who's to say that they won't do that later on, where you can actually have your origin story of Venom or Carnage, and then later on you can actually set up for Spider-Man to take down these two things, if Carnage is even going to be in it. But still, that's just my theory. That's just how I'm going with it. Number 5 being is this. Despite everything that happened with Sony, with the Sony hack a few years ago and everything else, it seems like now they have a little bit of a track on what they want to do besides that horrible Aunt May idea. Another thing too is, like I said, Tom Hardy's in it. You actually have a horror aspect in this whole entire thing. There's actually reasons to be excited for this. As a way to actually redeem themselves, rather than to go in and complain about something that we haven't seen in its full context or anything. Me, personally, I can't wait for this movie. I love the fact that there's a horror suspense element to it, a little bit of sci-fi flavor in there too. And, like I said, this is actually going to be done in the right way, the way that it's supposed to be in my honest opinion. This is the way I looked at it inside the trailer. So anyways, tell me what you guys think. Did you like the Venom trailer? What didn't you like about the Venom trailer? Are you excited for Venom? Tell me below. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up and share this video with everybody else. And until next time, bye-bye.